Hello everyone, welcome to Scorched Earth Toys at anymoon.com's review of Yamato's 1/60 scale ghost toy from the Macross Zero line. This toy is probably more prominently known as a booster that attaches to the back of the VF-Zero in the final episode of Macross Zero. I will get to that shortly. I'll show you how that looks. In the meantime, I have got the artificial intelligence dome on this toy, which makes it its drone conversion, or drone version. This pops off. There's a flat piece that goes on top, and that makes it the booster mode. The toy has an adjustable back nozzle. This is kind of the only frill you get. And landing gears. The landing gears, there's a little slop to it. I'm not really happy with how tight the seams are. Everything seems to be wanting to burst out. So you can open all this up. There's a nice tow bar on the front landing gear. That's actually how you pull it out. So there you go, that's the front landing gear. These back landing gears are in so tight that I actually need to use tweezers to get them out. You just put the tweezer on the rubber of the wheel so you don't scratch anything, and then you can pull it out. There you go. Alright, so there we have the drone mode of the Macross Zero Ghost. This toy comes with a lot of accessories for the VF-Zero to make it into its final form in that last battle, which is probably where the majority of the draw for this toy comes from. So let's go ahead and apply it to a VF-Zero. Here we have fighter mode. You'll notice I've taken off the AI head to the drone and I've replaced it with the flat piece. I've also added these wing and upper body munitions. The wing munitions, what you have is a gun, a missile pod. It looks like a fuel tank, but it's a missile pod. And then the same type of gun, but one that sits on top of the fighter. And in order to accommodate that, there's a new piece that you attach. It's the back of this hump on the back of the fighter. That piece also has a little groove on the other side so that the Ghost's side fins, I'm sure there's a better aeronautical term for that, can clip into those humps. The Ghost also has little removable pieces. You can see at the back of the plane here, and that's what helps keep the Ghost sitting flat on the fighter mode. The Ghost also has little grooves right before its wings where the tail fins fit in, and that also keeps it pretty secure. So you can do something like get completely sideways with it. Obviously you can't get upside down, but I don't know how many people are going to be really negatively impacted by that. Okay, so as a rocket attachment, it works pretty well in fighter mode. But let's check out how things look in Batroid mode. Okay, here we have Batroid mode with the Ghost attached. As you can see, you have to leave the backpack down, and you would have the wings out if you wanted to still have all of these accoutrements and plus the backpack's down, so you don't want the wings hitting against the backpack. So, it does make the toy a little less stable, but not so bad that you wouldn't be able to find a pose. Obviously it's falling backwards right now, but I'm not really fiddling with it to make sure it doesn't. So I just want to show you guys what it looks like. There it is. Obviously not quite as sweet as a VF1 with super parts. But it does look big and intimidating, and that's pretty much what you could hope for. The pods on the wings, if you were going for any sort of dynamic articulation, you would probably remove those because they really interfere with what the arms can do. But that's about it. I mean, there's not really much more to it. On a whole, I think the Ghost is a fun display piece if you've got a VF-Zero toy or if you buy a bundle set. If you are thinking about picking up the Ghost as a standalone toy, I would question your logic on that. I think what really brings value to this package is the extra weaponry. One thing to be careful of, if you do purchase this, you have to pry off these back humps and replace them with humps that can fit the guns and the fins from the Ghost. And there's 2 little pegs on each hump, and you can break the peg off if you're not careful. So do be careful when you do that. These days, you know, Macross Zero didn't have much of a following. And so if you're an average toy collector, you could probably easily pass on the Ghost. If you're a huge Macross Zero fan and you're a real sucker for that last episode and all the big fights that were in it, then this could be a fun bundle for you. If you have one of the VF-Zero toys that wasn't in a bundle, and you're fortunate enough to still have shoulders on it that function, you might want to find a Ghost bundle for a good price if you really want to replicate the last episode in your dioramas or your displays. That's all there is to it. Visit anymoon.com. I'll have lots more pics. Thanks.